Ooh, hello my violence-loving buddies. This is DePassion, also known as Mikkel. I'm not going to wear my jacket because it's actually quite warm in here. But right, so I've come out of hiding. I've come out of hiding away from my channel just to give my opinion to the recent No More Heroes 3 news. Yes, the game has been officially delayed. It has been announced on Suda51's Twitter account. And honestly, I couldn't be happier because we know that with how the world has just changed, we're in a very different position now with just all sorts of things, everything, all kinds of stuff is slowing down or coming to a halt entirely. I'm glad that it's actually been delayed at least, because Suda51 and his team, they understand a healthy life-work balance, right? They don't like crunch time. A lot of people don't. It's a job. Game design and game development is a job. It's not a. It shouldn't be this grueling. It shouldn't be this grueling, torturous thing. Because crunch time can be all sorts of dangerous. It's long ass hours, and you can have all kinds of overtime and not get paid and that sort of thing. So I'm glad, honestly, that they're not gonna rush themselves to a point that they have to cut content out of the game. Because No More Heroes 2 is a fantastic example of that. Now, every game does have cut content, yes, but when the finished product has gaps, if you look at it, if you really look at it hard enough, there are actually some gaps, and it's just there's some weird interactions you can have in the game, and you're just this needs to be fixed. This isn't an experience. There's some boss fights that just fundamentally don't work. Cole Walsh, for example, her health is stupidly low, and you don't get a lot of interaction time. There's not this back and forth thing. You don't feel like you're in a small arena and you're fighting for control in it. It's stuff like that. But that's one boss fight that's been hanging on my mind a lot while I've been writing the No More Heroes 2 review. Anyway, so yeah, I'm comfortable and very settled with the delay, to be honest, because I prefer to have an update and before we roll into 2021 and then wait, where's this game still? I'm glad that Suda51's just been transparent, honest, and been yep, we're gonna have to delay it. And to Suda51 and his team, go for it. Take your time with it. Do it right. I know you're gonna have it's gonna be a fantastic game. And honestly, I prefer a great single-player game and there's no hot fixes on the first day of its release or something, because that kind of stuff can happen. and it's weird. We've got all kinds of AAA developers that are releasing games that are practically unfinished. They're barely inspired or anything like that. They're just barely complete products, and they're asking for full price. Do you know what I mean? I prefer to have a game that it has it's creative, it's inspirational, it's fantastic, it's punk, it does what it wants to do, it has its own identity and that sort of thing. And yeah, I feel like the No More Heroes games have that. They have that aspect. Now, none of them are perfect. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses. Even if you rate a game 10 out of 10, or if somebody else does, or some sort of game journalist reviews a game 10 out of 10, no game is perfect. So it's good to praise a game, but it's good to also appraise it, not to pick at it and find problems or whatever, just to be petty and about it or whatever. But yeah, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. But yeah, video games, there's an art form to it. And if there's an art form to something, it's going to have some flaws in it. Nothing is going to be absolutely perfect. It's not going to be to everyone's taste and that sort of thing. So what I'm saying is, yeah, just don't go ham and hating on it. Just praise it for all that it is. Sorry, appraise it for all it is. Because I'm giving partly this disclaimer in this little tangent because I'm a big fan of many things, but I'm not a fan of just being absolutely perfect. The whole entire product is absolutely perfect. No, it's a creative endeavor, so you're better off giving the artist something to work off from, so that the next product they bring out, the next art piece or whatever they create next, is built from the previous shortcomings or areas of improvement, right? It's just good to do that. It's just a good thing to do. I don't know. I got this. I got flashbacks of uni when when I got people that are telling me this, like, oh yeah, be really brutal and be really honest about my work, about what I've written for this class. I'm going to be anyway, because it's out of respect. Because we're all no matter what, as creative people, we're all developing anyway. And if you go all the way to a workshop and they just tell you, yeah, it's good, and you're waiting for feedback, then yes, it's like a perfect waste of time. It's kind of an insult. It's kind of an insult to yourself as an artist. But yeah, speaking of artists, actually, Derek Robertson, the comic book artist of The Boys, fantastic show. I've actually started to recently watch it, and then all of a sudden the tweet comes in, so that's fantastic. And Travis, and is now officially named, what is it? Demzam Tiger, there we go. That sweet motorcycle that he just sort of when he just shoots off into that portal. So happy that it's finally got a name, and yeah, it's officially added to the motorcycle family that Travis owns. I think he's up to either 5 or 6 motorcycles now. So that's just cool that's been added. So it's got its name now. And what's sweet is that Travis actually looks like a freaking superhero in this. He's not veering too far off that he's going to have a cape or like a long trench coat or whatever to stand in as a cape. No, it's just him and the big presence thing that adds to him. It's how strong he's standing and that goddamn motorcycle. It's incredible. It's incredible. But right, so that's my response to the most recent news. And yes, I will be returning to my No More Heroes 2 review. I've been off it for a while because of these different writing gigs I've had to take on just to financially survive. I don't feel like I've really survived. I've just been tortured and money came out of it at the end. But yes, I'll be back on it as soon as I possibly can, and I will be again more frequent. I'll be around more on this channel because Travis Strikes Again, and I'm gonna have to change the format in quite a few ways. So it's quite a challenging game for me because it's so different from No More Heroes 1 and 2. It's different from those games, but it's still a fantastic time, and it actually made me fall back in love with gaming again. So hopefully I capture and express that experience once again, because it's a fantastic time. I've even been battling some of the bosses again just because it's so much fun. So much fun. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. It's a fantastic time. But yes, until then, this has been Depassion, also known as Mikkel. Do you want more? Of course you do, but we're going to have to wait till 2021. I'm thinking March, not January. I'm thinking it might land around about March. That's just my guess. Until then, take care.